Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new, subscribe, drop this video a like, get involved in the comment section down below. Hit a like on the video, it helps push it out onto YouTube. Let's get them subs just over 10,000 as well, and get on the Emery journey with us. So we've got a little plug to do. It's for Luke Roper. So you can join Luke at Villa Park for a 2-day early Black Friday sale. It's on the 18th and 19th. You can bag up to 70% off a huge selection of Luke and Alpha industry styles. Beat the crowds of Black Friday and visit some areas of the stadium you may not have seen before. Head over to Luke Roper's pinned post on Twitter to book your slot. So some great deals to be had over that sort of weekend. 70% off, absolutely buzzing. So Villa fans, make sure you go and have a little look at that as well. And if you can check out some areas of the stadium that you've not seen before, so that sounds pretty exciting as well. So go over, check out the Luke Roper pin tweet for more details. But yeah, Carabao Cup, League Cup game for Aston Villa. We know what we're getting into. Unai Emery special territory in them cup competitions. We're after another masterclass from him at Old Trafford on Thursday. We got Man United again in a cup competition. Less could be said about that, the better. But actually, we've got a half-decent record against them recently, haven't we? Drew to them last season at Villa Park. Beat them at Old Trafford. Beat them at Villa Park now. Can we play you every week, I reckon? But yeah, so, it's going to be a difficult game. But we know that the remit in the summer was for Villa to take the cup competitions very, very seriously. And I see it being no different now. I think Aston Villa potentially have 2 trophies a season in which we can win. And this is one of them. So I think, Justin, you've gone on this season, especially saying about Villa's squad depth, utilising subs. But I don't want to go early on the predicted lineup, but there's some players that could come into this Villa side now, and it could look quite tasty still. So if we do ring the changes, I think it could be pretty strong, but we'll go into that a little bit more later on. So you're still on Cloud 9, Justin?
Absolutely, mate. My bet's been paid out. The missus has spent it already, so that was good. I'm over the moon. I'm watching all the content the Villa have been put out. The video of him on the touchline is just...
It's class, man.
I mean, they've got that little infield bit when you see the goals. I wasn't even looking at that. I was just watching him intently, how he reacts, and I loved his reaction after the first goal. He went round and high-fived not only his whole coaching staff, but he made a point of going to every single player as well and giving them and they all look buzzing. I know it's early, and I know you always get this with new managers because everybody's excited about what's to come. But I think the way he holds himself, the way he conducts himself, he's not Flash Harry. He's a nice man. He's very polite. I mean, I love his interviews, always very polite when he starts, gives a really honest assessment of the game. You're hanging off every word he's saying, aren't you? Because you're just trying to think, what's he saying? What's he saying there? What's he doing here? What's he going to do next? And how's he going to do this? How's he going to do that? But yeah, it's amazing. Great day. One of the best days for a long time going down the Villa. The enormity. Whilst United aren't the United of old, I said this yesterday, that it's still a great team to beat, isn't it? And we haven't done it for so long at home, so that one's gone. And to play them again so soon after puts an added dimension onto this game, doesn't it? Because they're going to want to put it right on Thursday night, aren't they? Especially being at home. So it will be very interesting to see what both managers do team-wise, really. See how interesting, how strong Man United go, because they've got a lot of games coming up, haven't they, as well, with Europe. And obviously, we're all having a break soon, but they won't want to go out, I don't think. And we want to go and progress because it's one of the big areas we need to play in, isn't it? We need to do well in the cups, and like you alluded to, we've got a cup manager now whose speciality is getting through these games. So if you think he's tactically astute in league games, wait till you see him in a cup game when, it's really imperative that you get your tactics spot on, because if you get one thing wrong, you're gone, aren't you? So yeah, can't wait.
And we have got a proud history in this competition. And this is our recent history in this competition, dating back from when we last won it in 95-96 against Leeds. And then if you look at that, though, some of them are just horrible, aren't they? I mean, we got Bradford there.
The Bradford one just sticks out, doesn't it?
We got Blues. We got third rounds, fourth rounds. Only in like sort of 1920 when we got to the final against Man City does it looks any good. But I've got not fond memories of this, but I'm too young to remember when we won it basically. But I really loved when we beat Leicester in the semi-finals. When we got to the final, I've got memories there. And was that Angel goal in this cup as well?
Against Chelsea?
No, I thought it was Bolton.
Oh yes, yeah. I think it was.
It was like a cross, but like he shimmied it, and I'm sure that was this cup.
Might have been, yeah. I've got a feeling that might have been Chelsea. We'll get pulled up on this in the comments, but yeah.
No, I remember that as a kid.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Bolton on the angle, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I know. I remember it now. Yeah, I was thinking of the Chelsea one when he shimmied, he went past two and then smacked it in the corner. But yeah, I think you're right. The Bolton game.
Would it have been there? The 5-2.
I think it was. Yeah,
I think we did get battered in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Justin, what are your memories then? I'm guessing you've got better ones than me.
Yeah, I mean the League Cup is where it all the glory, if you like, started for me, because that's where I saw us win our first trophy in '94 against Man United, funnily enough, and that infamous scoreline that he crops up again, 3-1 to the Villa. So could it happen again Thursday? Could we have a quadruple 3-1? Yeah, so I went to that game, and that was my first trip to Wembley with Villa, and we won. And then we went back 2 years later, won again. I was thinking, this is great. This is every time I come to Wembley, we win a trophy. Little did I know that was the last time we're going to win a major trophy in '96. But since then, we've had some good runs in the competition. Not of late, massively. And we've had some embarrassing moments. I suppose like all clubs do. But during our real wilderness years, we were humbled by a lot of poor sides, which is not good to see. But at them sort of moments in your history, the old adage keeps getting sort of brought out, doesn't it? Oh, we've got to concentrate on the league now, and blah 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 blah. But I don't want that anymore. We're a big enough club to be a serious contender now in these cups. And whilst the league is still a long way away, trying to get anywhere near trying to get competitive winning that, the cups are massively, easily achievable for me. I still think we're at least a mid-table squad. We proved yesterday we can compete with anybody on our day. We've got the right manager in charge now. The infrastructure's there. The owners are there. It's only going to improve from here on in. So now, it's the cups we need to be focusing on and trying to have a good run in both of them. Tricky game, as always, drawing against Man United. Seem to get drawn against them all the time. But, perhaps it's our time to knock them out again. I think it could definitely be our time. They're not going to be relishing playing us. He's going to juggle his squad around again. You'll probably see a few of the bigger hitters come back, like Sancho's and players like that. And Fernandes will probably be back as well. And they won't want to replicate what happened on Sunday at Old Trafford. But we go there in good spirits. We go there in good form, if you like, after that game on Sunday. And we go there with a tactical genius in the dugout that's going to have yet another plan up his sleeve, and he might juggle it around a little bit. And, he made use of all 5 subs yesterday, which was great. They all came on with a point to prove, and they're all going to want to have a go on Thursday if they're given that opportunity, because there's only one more game after that. So they're going to want to really put a marker down on where they see themselves fitting into this squad. So it'd be interesting to see the team selection on Thursday night as well. But I think he'll go strong.
Yeah, I think he'll go strong. I don't think Man United will go strong, because obviously, as you do, as you do, you start watching all their fan channels from over the weekend, and you know that they all need a pack of tissues as well. But you know, you start saying stuff like, "We're tired. We're really tired from all the games we've been playing, and we don't want to play in this League Cup anyway. It's a crap cup." So I do think they will start ringing the changes because, like you said, next season they've got sort of like a game every sort of pretty much every 2 games every week, haven't they? If they're
Yeah.
going to stay in that competition that they're in anyway. So I do think they'll change it quite a lot. They have still got some injuries, haven't they? So, I mean, if I pull up their team from Sunday, you know, that's their team that they started with. They're all moaning that they're all tired. So you'd imagine players like Shaw, Martinez, Ericsson, Rashford, Ronaldo, they might come out of the because you know
I
they've got a
think,
big game at the
yeah,
weekend as well, haven't they? So
three of the front four I see changing. I think Ronaldo, Van der Beek, and Garnacho definitely.
yeah,
Ericsson, I mean, he's getting on a bit now, isn't he? So it maybe you might shake that up a bit. You got Martial on the bench.
yeah,
Um,
I reckon Martial would go up top.
Elanga, McTominay probably come back in for maybe
Fred,
for Ericsson, maybe even Fred for Casemiro.
yeah,
Yeah, I think he will. He will definitely shuffle the pack. I could probably see Martial starting up top. I think he'll stay with Rashford. But I guess I say, what we got to lose? We're taking up a huge following. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and let's just have a go at them. Have a go at them. Properly get to town.
because we were really good in the FA Cup there last season as well. We probably should have won that. To be fair,
Yeah, I think we
uh,
played well, didn't we?
yeah, we played really well. So big following. Really looking forward to it. Some standout mentions. One standout mention that I don't think we really went into great detail on all the episodes we did at the weekend was I felt like Luca Dean had a really good game. And I think I've always said this. He goes unnoticed because he's kind of silky on the eye. Like he's really good on the eye. And I think I don't know, I always feel like I take him for a bit of granted. Do you know what I mean? Like he does some really good stuff, but because he's just easy on the eye, I don't know. But yeah, I thought like Luca Dean played really, really well.
I think the two fullbacks were probably struggled the most with the Gerrard system because of what he asked of them. They were almost two of the most important pieces of his jigsaw, the way he sets a team up to play, and I don't think they ever really come to terms with it. And I think it made Dean's form suffer because of the pressure probably that he was put under to get forward and back. You got to defend, but you got to get forward. You got to defend. So his form hasn't been what we thought it would be. We all tipped him to have an absolute blockbuster of a season, and then he got the injury. But he comes back like they all do with a clean slate and ready to rumble. And he's a very, very, very good footballer. We signed him, and I was over the moon to sign him. And then you get the rumblings that because his form wasn't that great, people, another flop. And it's unfair because, as we saw yesterday, he's got so much quality for a left back. Not only is he decent on the ball, he gives you that outlet going forward. He's decent defensively. I don't think he's the best defensive left back, in terms of his attributes. I don't think that's massively up there. He's a good defender. He's not a great defender, but going forward, he's very good. His delivery is very good. His set pieces are bizarrely been underused at Villa. I mean, you only need to see that one yesterday, and he should be on probably all the set plays now, and especially from that side. You should be whipping that ball in over the wall. He's got quality, corners, set plays, so it will be interesting to see how Emery uses him now going forward. It definitely looks like the set piece coach. He's got much more of a front and centre job now because he was really on the touchline yesterday talking, and it was quite interesting in that clip that him and him, they were both sort of talking, weren't they, as he was taking the free kick, and the look when he scored it, the pair of them hugging and like, yes, that was the plan. So it's good to see, and long may it continue. We have been deriding him a little bit because our set plays haven't been that good, our corners haven't been that good, but I think you pointed out in our group chat maybe he was just sidelined by the last manager and he wasn't allowed to maybe implement what he wanted to bring in, and perhaps that's one of Emery's big strengths. He seems he's brought a lot of coaches with him, so he obviously takes a lot of these people on board. You wouldn't bring that amount of people if you didn't trust what they all do. So he probably does delegate and listen very intently to what his coaches are saying. So he probably will use him more, So hopefully we'll see the best of him. But yeah, I think this could be the resurgence of Luca Digne. I really do think so.
Me too. And some early team news for Aston Villa. Bednarak and Dendonka are cup tied, so they won't be able to play as well. So that
Boubacar
makes
Kamara.
Interesting. Sanson, maybe?
Sanson, yeah, lovely to see him back.
Sanson, Kamara, I think McGinn maybe will start the game as well. So, yeah. And Coutinho.
Ashley Young, possibly.
Yeah,
Coutinho's out.
So Coutinho's out until January time, isn't he? So he definitely won't be featuring as well. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed our little match preview for the Carabao Cup. Score predictions, I'm going to go with Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 1, and Villa to win on penalties. Up the Villa. Justin?
I'm sticking with me 3-1. I'm going to go for it. We've beat him in 95 in the league. We beat him yesterday in the league. We beat him 94 in the Cup 3-1. Let's go for it again. And I'm going to stick another tenner on it. Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.